Good morning, everyone. It's Ann Varillo here with StampWithAnn.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Auburn, New York. I hope you guys had a wonderful weekend and that y'all had some good weather. It is Monday, August 11th, and I'm here today to share this week's card class kit to go. Now, I have to admit, I had so many things that I ordered from like March and other online exclusives that I haven't really even been crafting with them. So today and all this week, I'm going to be crafting with the Bright Borders stamp set along with the To The Point label punch. Now the Bright Borders stamp set is actually on the last chance list. So I think it's on sale for $18. But last chance is only while supplies last. So if you guys love this stamp set and love the cards that I'm designing this week, then go ahead and grab that. There is a link down below to my online store where the last chance products are. Just check that out. Anyways, so it's going to be a busy week. We are going on vacation next week, so I'm trying to do all my planning, get everything set up so that I can still show you guys some cards for next week. And I am planning a stamp a stack for Christmas cards. Hi, Claudia. Happy Monday. Anyways, so stay tuned. If you're not subscribed to my email list, make sure you click the link below to subscribe, because that's how I'll be announcing my Stamp-A-Stack. And it's going to be a great piece because you're going to get a head start on all of your Christmas cards. Let's see, what else can I announce? I think that's it. Oh, we still do have our 15% off sale going on all the 2025, 2027 in color products. So make sure you check that out if you want to get 15% off. It's a great deal. I ordered a lot of stuff, and shh, don't tell my husband. Anyways, so it's Monday. I guess let's get started, okay? I'm so excited about Mondays. Let me just pop us down to my craft table. All right, before I jump in, oh, I got a frog in my throat. Before I jump in, I just wanted to remind you guys about my Craft and Create Club. So this is a subscription-based club. I send out enough product and projects to make 8 either cards or 3D projects. But for this month, which is August, I'm doing the Cheers and Sips bundle just because it's August is like, oh my God, summer's almost over. So I wanted to give it one big hoorah for our little Cheers, Sips and Cheers bundle. So these are the cards that are in my Craft and Create Club. This one, isn't that cute? I love it. This one, yay. In fact, I wish I could just go out on the patio right now and have a fun summer drink. And then this is the last one. And this has got a little bit unique design to it. So I'm going to show you how to do that. But anyways, if you're interested, there's a link below. It is $45 a month. And every month you get a goodie bag of Stampin' Up! Supplies and enough projects to make 8 cards. All right, let's get started. Here are the cards this week that I've created with the Bright Borders. Oh, let me show you that before we jump into that. Here's the Bright Borders stamp set. So I loved that this oh, this is all dirty. I don't know what I did to that. Anyways, I'll have to clean that off. This is To The Point label punch. And this punches out these fun borders. So, and then you can fit all these sentiments inside your borders. We've got some flowers and some other little borders you can create. So these, I paired these two together for this week's class. Now, this is on the last chance product list, as I mentioned. It is $18. And this was actually from the mini catalog January through April. Duh. That's why it's on the last chance list. And I didn't even stamp with it. Can you imagine? Anyways, So we're going to play with this today. And here's the cards I've designed. So this one we're going to do today. Isn't it pretty with the Delightful Florals designer series paper? I love the colors, Pool Party, Peach Pie, and this Daffodil Delight. And then on the inside, I've paired it with a strip of that designer series paper and stamped it with the Tags of Thanks, which is also on the Last Chance list. So that's the one we're going to make today. Let's stick it right over there. This is the one for Wednesday. Garden green, petal pink, and I just love this. This paper was mixed media florals, I think it was. And then on the inside, I used the stamp just to do congrats. So that one you're going to do Wednesday. This one is a little fun, easy book fold. And this is Bloom's Impression Designer Series paper. And then Let's Celebrate. So that's the one we're going to do on Friday. Just pretty easy fun fold, but I wanted to get that fun fold in there for Fun Fold Friday. Okay, let's start. In your kit, you're going to get all of this supplies that you need to create this card. So I cut up the designer series paper. I cut the panels here. We'll set that aside. You're going to be doing some stamping and then some punching with these two. And then I'll have already embossed this Pool Party cardstock with the eyelet 3D embossing folder. So let's get started. Let's go ahead and burnish this. Bring my little fun cart over here a little closer to me. So we're just going to burnish this score line real good. And then I'm going to go ahead and adhere the I'm going to go ahead and adhere the embossed panel here with some glue. My glue's running out a little bit. I need to replace it. Now, sometimes when you're using this, you want to make sure that the reason why I like to use glue on the designer series, or not designer series paper, the embossed, is because it really does get into those little crevices. And so it helps it to adhere better. I do have to get some new glue. So we're going to go ahead and adhere this. I love these colors together, the peach pie with the pool party. It's so bright and cheery. So we're just going to make sure we get that glued down real good. And then we're going to go ahead and adhere these little pieces here. Oops. Now these are 1 by 1.5, and then this is, I think it's 1 1.125 by 2 5/8. So in your kit, you're going to get a PDF tutorial with all of the measurements. So don't worry about that. So we'll just take a little bit of glue these down real quick. If I can lift them up. I do love this Delightful Florals Designer Series paper as well. It's really pretty and bright. So there's one. We've got 4 of these. So we'll just go ahead and put those on. These up. Just get that on there. And that's the reason I do glue, so I can kind of move these around a little bit. I always feel like when I'm using my Stampin' Seal, it's harder to kind of move them around. But I am a glue girl. Now, if you're watching me on the replay, Make sure you go ahead and drop me a comment. Let me know where you're watching from. I always love to see where people come in from. And if you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button and subscribe. Okay, there's the third one. Oops, gotta get that down a little bit. See how that kind of moves? There's that one. And we got one more. Now this is a really easy card. So it's good for beginners. It kind of, you know, steps it up a little bit with an embossing folder, but super easy still, even for your beginner stampers. Hi, Joan from Washington. What's the weather like out there? Just gonna put this right down here. And see, I can move this around a little bit and make sure I get that on good, nice and straight. Oops, oops, oops. There we go. Okay, so these are ready. I'm not gonna, well, I guess I will. I'll go ahead and put these on now. Now, the trick to this is kind of just lining these up a little bit. Typically, I start with the top and the bottom. I just want to make sure I get enough space in between. There. And there. Move that up a little bit. There we go. So we'll just start by adhering these. Now you can use your Stampin' seal. I have mine right here. I probably should do it for these, but just kind of line that up. Now I have some of my stampers. 71 and 8 o'clock, supposed to be 91 there. Woo, that's gonna be hot. It's supposed to be in the 90s here today too. So I want to make sure that's pretty straight. Yep. Now I'm going to do the bottom one because I want to leave just a little bit of that border. I'll probably have a little bit more room for the two in the middle. Hi, Sandy. So we're just going to kind of line this up. I just want to make sure before I really push that down, I want to make sure I've got it good here. Yep. Okay. So now we'll do the last two. And I think I can give them enough border. Let's see, right there and right there. Yep. You're watching from Indianapolis. Well, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. So I really like this. I was trying to design last week for this weekly card class kit to go, and it's a little hard for me here. Wait. And I wanted something really bright and cheery because it's like I went out with my niece and she said, I can't believe it's August and summer's almost over. I'm like, oh my God, don't say that. It's so hard here up in the Northeast because our summers are very short. So, we want it to last forever. So we'll do the last one here. There we go. Just pop that right in there. Still have a little room. I can move that around. Move it up a little bit. There. Okay. So that's that. Now we're going to get to some stamping here. So I'm taking this stamp from the stamp set. I kind of liked it because the flowers here kind of mimicked these flowers. So I thought that was real cute. So we're going to go ahead and stamp this in Pool Party ink. Just make sure you get that inked up real good. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and drop this down. Now the reason I'm stamping it over here to the side more this way is because when you use the punch, I'll show you, you won't have a lot of space on this side because your punch won't go in all the way. So I stamp it closer to the side. Oh, I still need this. Silly me. Let's clean this stamp off before we go on. There was another stamp set that this punch went with. I forget the name of it. But it was, I think it's already retired. Let's see. I don't think this is on very straight. Let me get this a little straighter. I usually use my glass grid to make sure. Well, straight enough. So we're just going to stamp this right in the middle. There we go. Now I can put that aside. Now we're going to be hot all week, pretty hot. So my niece and my niece and nephew are coming to take the boat out today. I wish I could go with them, but I got too much to do. Okay, so now what we're going to do, we're going to line this up. Do you see how I'm doing that? And once I'm comfortable with where I've lined it up, I just give it a little squeeze. Now, I think I want a little bit more over on this side. So I kind of unsqueeze that. I want it up a little. There we go. And then I just punch. So there's that one. Oh, we're also going to punch this. I just want a blank one. And I'll show you what I'm going to do with that. I really struggled. If you guys know me, you know that I don't like a lot of white space. So I'm always trying to figure out something to put in my white space. So at first I thought, well, I'll do this. I'll add a little bit of Pool Party ink behind there. And then I was like, yeah, no, I don't like that. So I didn't do it. But it's fun to experiment. Okay, so how I get this layered here, obviously it's the same size. I'm just going to take and cut this right up the middle. You can use your paper trimmer. That's actually what I did when I originally did this. You can use your paper trimmer, and what we're going to do is we're just going to put a little bit of glue on here, and then I'm going to line up each side. So let's do that. Add some glue, and we're going to kind of put it on the side here. And you can make it as big or as small as you want. You just want to make sure you line it up on the top and bottom. I think that's pretty good. And then I'm going to do the same thing over here. Put a little bit of glue. Remember, don't go all the way up because you don't want that to all be, the glue to be showing. Yes, I've got a very busy week this week. So we're going to Ocean City, Maryland for our little vacation. Little end of the summer trip. Oops. So you just want to make sure, I'm going to pull that out just a little bit. There we go. So that's how you do the border. And then I'm just going to pop this up on some dimensionals. I'm just going to use 4. Where's my trash can? Okay, so now we're just going to pop this up here, just like this. Kind of try to get it centered between these two borders. Okay, and now we are going to do the inside. So I've just got this strip, same paper. I'm always, I get into my habits, and my habit is to always kind of include a piece of that designer series paper inside the card. I don't know, just add something extra. Okay, so we're just gonna pop that down. Try to make sure you've got it even. Now see, I have a little smidgen. Let's see. I guess not. That's fine. So before we pop that in the inside, I'm taking this is the Tags of Thanks set that is also on the Last Chance list. And that was from the March online exclusives. So I'm going to stamp this one, You're the Best. I've kept it simple. I'm just using the Pool Party ink, so there's not a lot of inks that you need. I'm just going to ink this up. You're the best. And then we'll go ahead and stamp it right here in the middle. Actually, you know what? I want to make sure I got that good. I think I need to add some ink to my Pool Party ink pad. Hopefully this will be a good impression. Oh, good enough. Okay, let's wash that stamp off. We'll go ahead and put this on the inside. You know that's going to bug me, don't you? I am going to snip it off. You can see it's just a tiny bit. There we go. Now I'll pop that right in the middle here. See, isn't this card easy? Easy peasy. There we go. Pop that right in here. Make sure you've got it all lined up. There we go. And now let's just finish off the front with some embellishments. I'm going to use the party dots. Those are also on the Last Chance list. I'm doing everything Last Chance list today. Thank you, Claudia and Joan. Yes, I love the color combination. These are 560. I love these dots. I just love them. I love the colors. Okay, we're going to take this bordered ribbon. Now this is a little tricky. I've done this before. So let's tie a bow. But if you just went like this and then brought that through, you're going to get the opposite side of the ribbon. So we want it to be this outside, both of the bordered. So I just kind of wrap this, turn it like that. That way when I pull this through, oops, if I pull it through, right? might have to do it again. No, it's working. You're going to get both sides of the border ribbon instead of that side. So I'm just going to pull these tails through a little bit. I don't want it so big. I'm just going to pull that through, pull this one through a little bit more. Is that good? Yeah, that's good. We'll just tighten that. And then we'll snip the ends here. It's about even. And then I'll just use a glue dot to adhere it. I'm super excited about my Stampin stack. I can't say that. Say that 3 times fast, you guys. Stampin stack, Stampin stack, Stampin stack. Getting ready for the holiday cards. Oops. Okay, we're just going to put this right here. And I am going to trim this up just a little bit. It seems a little long for the other side. There we go. Now we can add our party dots in Pool Party. So I'm using the smaller ones, and I'm just kind of eyeballing it, putting them in a little row. Okay. There we go. That is our first card for today's, or this week's, Bright Borders class to go. So I hope you guys like this card. It's super easy. Don't forget, if you're watching me on the replay, leave me a comment. And if you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you're watching over on Facebook and aren't following me on Facebook, make sure you give me a follow there as well. Thanks, guys. Have a good rest of the week. I'll see you on Wednesday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Bye.